Three little birds sat on my window, and they told me I don't need to worry.
Namaste.
Summer came like cinnamon, so sweet. Little girls double dots on a
What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm doing the second ever stretch and talk on my channel. This one's going to be new and improved. I think I've kind of come up with a solution as to how to make these stretch and talks flow a bit better, for lack of a better word. And the solution is, I think I'm going to make stretch and talks more Q&A style and keep coffee talks more advice style. For today's video, I'm going to be doing a Q&A stretch and talk, so that way I can actually stretch while talking. I feel like I need to kind of forewarn you guys. Normally when I go through my yoga flow practice, I'm very kind of in the zone. So I feel like this is gonna be we're still in the trial and error mode is basically what I'm getting at here. Really quick, if you guys aren't following me already, I'm gonna pop my Twitter and my Instagram right here. All of the questions that I'm gonna be taking today are from Twitter, but I also posted on Instagram so that anyone that wasn't already on Twitter could go and ask their questions. All the links. I'm also repping KOZE so hard today. So this is one of the new KOZE sweaters that just went live on Friday. We're gonna be doing basically one collection every single month. So it's while supplies last. This is the Dreamer collection. This is one of the 3 different sweaters. I'll show you guys close up because I'm just so in love. So it says Nirvana. We give up useless craving and learn to live each day at a time, not dwelling in the past or imagined future. Then we become happy and free. We then have more time and energy to help others, and this is called Nirvana. So that's actually something I found out when researching Buddhism. We loved that idea. And by we, I mean my sister and I. We have now partnered on KOZE, so it's both of us doing it together. It's literally been a blast. Damn right, that's a lightning bolt. Kylie Jenner trying to come in here with her weather collection and steal my aesthetic. I'm just kidding. Also, okay, we have a lot of questions to go through today, and we have a lot of stretches to do today. So let's just dive on in, shall we? So go ahead, pull out your mats or get comfy wherever you are if you guys are gonna be stretching with me. I'm gonna start with, just seating pose. I have no idea what I'm talking about, by the way. Lean forward and then leaning back. Oh, it's stretching on my shoulders. That feels way too good. Whose question shall we take first? I'm just gonna keep going with the legs. You guys can feel free to just follow if you want. Okay. So Alicia wants to know, does anxiety go away as you get older? I think that everybody's perspective on this could be a little bit different. I don't think that my anxiety has gone away as I've gotten older, but I think that I've definitely become better at managing it. I think that as you get older, you begin to understand life a bit more, and you begin to add a lot more knowledge and wisdom to your own kind of roster inside your mind. Anxiety isn't something that goes away because I don't think you can get rid of anxiety. And I believe that because I know for a fact that all of us have anxiety. It's normal to actually have anxiety. It's something that is supposed to trigger in people when there's danger to help you fight or flight. People with an anxiety disorder, I have it, and a lot of people actually have it now, and I think that it's actually increasing the amount of people that have it in this day and age for a number of reasons that we won't get into. And I think that you can learn to manage it more. Like, for instance, I feel like I've managed it a lot better as I've gotten older because I understand it more and I understand myself more. When you learn your thought patterns, when you start to recognize your perspectives, your attachments, and your beliefs about the world, about yourself, and about everything, you start to catch yourself before you get anxious. So I think that it doesn't necessarily go away, but I definitely think that it gets better and it gets more manageable as you get older because you become more aware and you gain more life knowledge from the time, the longer time you spend here being Earth. Next question. Oh my god, okay, so Kat, my friend, if you guys have met her before, she tweeted in, so I'm gonna answer her question. She wrote, if you didn't name Bentley, what would you name him? LOL. That's hilarious. If I didn't name Bentley, I would have named him Bear. He was almost named Kobe, and I think if I get another dog and I have the ability to name that dog, I think my next dog would be a rescue, but there are rescues you can get as puppies, and I think if I got the chance to name that dog, it would be Bear or Tofu. Undecided. But I feel like Bentley and Bear sound so cute together. Okay, so I'm now gonna, just go on into tabletop, start arching me back. But when you're in yoga class and there's someone behind you, you're like, I'm literally shoving my butt in your face. And then downward dog. Woo! Oh yeah. I'm definitely feeling the run today. My calves are very tight. Oh, that was my back. Okay. And then child's pose, you know? You always gotta throw some child's pose in there. This one always feels the best. What's our next question? Alyssa wants to know, if your life was a movie, who would you want to play you? I'm seeing Blake Lively. Girl, Blake Lively, hell yes. I've been watching Gossip Girl recently, so I feel like Blake Lively would probably be one of my answers solely for that reason. I think I could also, like Ashley Benson, there's something like really cool about Ashley Benson, although she might be too cool to play me because she's kind of badass. I love everything about Emma Stone, so her. God, that's actually a really hard question, so I guess one of those three. The next question is, Andrea Muse wants to know, what made you decide to move away from your hometown to Toronto, even though you'd be far from your friends and family? So I decided to move away because I had always wanted to move. I knew Kingston and my hometown wasn't where I wanted to spend my life. It was a great place to grow up. I made amazing friends. I still have amazing friends there. But I definitely knew that I wanted to get out, and I wanted to get out sooner than I actually did. Just given the circumstances and trusting the timing of the universe, it happened when it happened. And initially I was kind of deciding between Vancouver, which is very far west in Canada, or Toronto. And I ended up settling on Toronto because of the fact that it was just so much easier to go home and visit my friends and family, and it was easier to move to at the time. I also feel like such a part of my soul would have been really, really happy on the West Coast, only because I love the nature there, I love the mountains. Everything about British Columbia is honestly my vibe, but Toronto is also amazing. I love that Toronto kind of feels like a little mini New York, at least to me anyway. It kind of reminds me of New York, like a clean, smaller Canadian New York. Food is amazing, and of course if I didn't move to Toronto, I wouldn't have met the friends that I've made here, and I wouldn't have met Greg. And the last bit of time that I spent in my hometown, I was really, really unhappy, and I just felt very unfulfilled, and I knew I wanted to make a new home for myself. I knew I just wanted to see new places and explore and try new things, so that's kind of why. And also it's just better for work, like there's more photographers here, there's more events here, and there's more people here, and the airport here goes to more places than two tiny cities, so just little reasons like that. We're warming up, except I'm getting really, really hot, so this bodysuit is actually a bathing suit, but I was trying it on and it was so cute that I decided to leave it home. Alright, how are we doing so far? Are we liking this Q&A style stretch and talk? Are we liking that I'm actually stretching with you guys? Are you even stretching with me? You should join. Feels good. I'm gonna stretch out my wrists, so just kind of lean forward and back, you know, pick the next question. So Moonchild, okay, this one has a lot of likes. It says, how to stay motivated and productive when you're sad, how to not miss people, how to not have an existential crisis as a 19-year-old college gal. And this is something that I actually struggle with a lot. It's not something that I normally talk about, only for the fact that I obviously want my content to be happy and I want it to be inspiring, so I struggle a lot with kind of talking about when I'm sad, when I'm actually sad. I'm really good at talking about it after I'm sad. Ooh, I'm gonna start rolling my hips out. In terms of when I'm feeling sad, the way that I kind of stay motivated and productive is I know now that when I don't do the things that I know I need to do when I'm sad, it honestly just makes me feel more sad. I'll know because it won't just be a sadness, it'll turn into like a full depression, if that makes sense. I try and just be easy on myself and get as much done as I possibly can. And lately the biggest thing that has been really helping me, I wrote this down one night. I don't know if I read it somewhere or why it popped into my head, and I was in a weird mood and I had a bit of a bad day, and honestly changed like my perspective over the last little bit, and it is stop focusing on the problems and instead have fun making solutions. When I get really sad and you feel like you're having an existential crisis at 19, or you feel like you're missing people, a lot of that has its focus on the problem. And instead, if you can shift your focus to the solution, and not just to the solution, because if you just focus on the solution, you could still stress about it, but if you focus on finding a solution and making it kind of a challenge, like a fun challenge for yourself, that instead of, you know, being like, oh crap, like I'm stressed out because I miss people, it could be like, what's a way that I can get in touch with people and not miss them anymore, but still be able to live my life. So maybe you start doing FaceTime Fridays where you FaceTime someone. It's just even thinking about doing it, even coming up with fun solutions and brainstorming ideas to your problems can be fun and can take a lot of the weight that you feel and sadness out of whatever is going on in your life. So yeah, my biggest piece of advice and the biggest quote, guys, that I'm not kidding you, it's been my life motto lately. Instead of focusing on the problems, have fun making the solutions. Life's just trying to get you to open your mind and expand. Maybe we should stand. All right, next question. I apologize if I say your guys' names wrong, but Reshma Sarkar would like to know, how did you meet Greg? Also, I love you. Will you ever do a video related to yoga? Love and light from India. I might be coming to India this year. How did I meet Greg? We met. I was Greg's Tinderella. We met on Tinder when I first moved to Toronto. I think I've explained this story before, but it was actually the day I was about to delete my Tinder because it proved to be very disheartening. Right when I was going to delete it, I was like, I'm just gonna scroll through my inbox one more time. And I scrolled through and saw this cute guy holding a monkey. The monkeys always get ya. Realized that I missed his message because he had said, like, hello. I wrote him back and basically was so forward and was like, hey, so I'm about to delete Tinder, but I'm just seeing your message now. Here's my number. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I didn't make him work for it. A few days passed, I deleted my Tinder, I didn't think anything of it. Out of nowhere, my friend Christine was visiting me and we were at the mall shopping and some random numbers started calling me. And then, so I picked up and the rest was kind of history. He called instead of texted, which was like, first it was the monkey, then it was the fact that he called. Also, let's not ignore the fact that he took a few days to call, so that to me was like, a little bit hard to get, you know? He took me to a really cool vegan restaurant and yeah, like I said, the rest is pretty much history. As for doing a full video on yoga, if you guys haven't noticed even just in this video, I'm still a beginner. I only started getting into yoga in November. I'm still learning, you're still learning, we're all just still learning, you know? That said, I can finally touch my toes. Couldn't do that a few months ago. My body is cracking today. Oh my god, my arms are just like, I feel like my shoulders are so tight. It's my first time doing yoga since being back from Nashville. And we flew all day yesterday, so my shoulders are a little tight. What's next? Colby Flade wants to know, what's one thing you do while filming that you always edit out? Me saying like I just did. I always edit that out because I say a lot. Number 2, favorite state in the US. I would have said California, but after going to Nashville, Tennessee might take their spot. No, Hawaii. Who am I? Hawaii. 100%, hands down, favorite place in the world, Hawaii. 3, what was the happiest day of your life? I feel like that's such a hard question to answer, but I wouldn't say it was maybe the happiest day of my life, but off the top of my head, when I was at Playlist last year and I met Jordan, she actually lives in Nashville, but we were at Playlist and then that night they closed down Universal and we all got to run around in Universal and Jordan and I just like ran off and entered this world of like being kids again. We ran around Diagon Alley and we did Universal so right that night. It's a vlog from last year, but I will link it down below. But it was like honestly one of the best nights of my life. Unless, you know what, maybe the day I got Bentley. 4, I love you so much, please follow. Okay. And 5, celeb crush. Ooh. Austin Butler, Liam Hemsworth. Oh my god, that's a hard question. Oh, Ryan Gosling. And 6, do you like sloths? I freaking love sloths. I saw a mug the other day with sloths on it. Took everything out of my soul not to buy that mug. Janine Keys wants to know, would you ever do a meet and greet? And I most absolutely would. Hoping to start planning some this year. It's just one of those things. There's always that little fear that no one's gonna show up. And 2, I am so afraid of like letting you guys down in the sense that I'm actually like, I'm very eccentric in my videos, but in person I can be a little quiet. It solely stems from the fact that I get nervous around people. In front of a camera, I'm totally fine. That said, I also feel like I know you guys in some way, and I'm also just in general getting better at being just more myself in social situations. Like, I try not to let my social anxiety kind of control my life as much as it used to, and for that reason, I'm kind of getting better at it. Okay, I'm gonna practice my little forward bend, and then I've been trying to get good at doing these things, you know? Ooh. It's a work in progress. Honestly, I just feel like I really need to stretch my shoulders more than anything. Feel free to just go off course, by the way. The next question is, Allison King wants to know, what is the best way to begin a healthy lifestyle? Getting in shape is so hard and it keeps me from doing it. It's an excuse, but what's the best way to get in shape without dreading it? That's a really good question. My advice would be, honestly, if you're dreading it, it means you're doing it wrong. You should take away any beliefs or attachments that you already have on what it means to have a healthy lifestyle and find what fits you. Because what fits you might not be what fits the people that you're watching on Instagram or on YouTube, or even what fits me. Yoga and running has been something that since November, I have become so attached and addicted and in love with that becoming healthier and feeling better has been something that I don't dread. Like, I don't wake up and dread going for a run or dread doing yoga. I wake up excited to do it because I found something that I love to do. So don't feel like you have to go to the gym and lift weights if you don't want to go to the gym and lift weights. Or don't feel like you have to run if you don't love to run. Try biking, try yoga, try boxing, try swimming, try all the things. Try just hiking in nature, try walking your dog. Honestly, try all different types of things until you find something that you love, something that kind of ignites a piece of you, because I feel like life is too short to dread our workouts, and life is too short to dread doing things that are supposed to make us feel good, because I think if you go at anything with a stressful attitude, oh yeah, did you hear that? That was loud. You're ultimately not going to reap the benefits that you should from it, because it's just maybe a sign that it's not for you. And that includes like eating too. For me, again, with eating vegan, I have gone through phases where I eat like a crappy vegan and I eat like a healthy vegan, and I just know that finding that balance of in between, if I go too hardcore healthy and I don't eat the odd vegan donut or the odd, vegan pizza, I go a little crazy and I start to dread eating. I try and eat mostly healthy, but I balance it out and eat vegan pizza every now and then and vegan ice cream every now and then. Find a rhythm and a routine that works for you and works for your life and makes you feel good rather than making you feel stressed. Kind of like earlier, instead of focusing on the problems, have fun making solutions. Next question! Rebecca says, cereal or milk first, to which I reply, cereal. Jess wants to know, what is your opinion on the phrase, you can't love someone else before you love yourself? My answer to that is that I think you can love people if you don't fully love yourself yet, but I don't think you can love to your full potential if you don't love yourself. That phrase is too black and white. I think in loving other people, we can even start to recognize the ways that we maybe aren't as loving with ourselves. But I do honestly, truly believe that it takes loving yourself and being 100% accepting and nourishing of yourself to be able to then love at your full potential. And I don't think that that means that if you don't love yourself, you don't love other people. I think it just means that you can love the absolute crap out of somebody, but if you aren't loving with yourself and if you aren't taking care of yourself, you aren't at your highest potential or ability to turn around and give them the best version of yourself, if that makes sense. So I think that it is important to take time to love yourself and to learn to love yourself so that you can turn around and love the people around you more and give more of yourself to the people that you love. And okay, I'm gonna do 2 more questions and then call it a day. I'm just gonna kind of do seated stretches and wrist curls while we finish this off. So Laura wants to know, what is the best thing about Greg? And Clemmy wants to know, where do you want to travel next? I'll start with Greg. What is the best thing about Greg? He challenges me in ways that drives me absolutely freaking nuts sometimes. We are so different in so many ways, but a lot of our morals and our values are the same, and so for that reason, we butt heads quite a bit sometimes. I'm a morning person. He's a night owl. I drink a lot of coffee. He drinks a lot of tea. Like, we both challenge each other, but I think we also both kind of keep each other on our toes, and we keep each other wanting to better ourselves and inspire each other to do so. And one of the other best things about Greg is something that actually my sister pointed out to me. I didn't even notice it until she said it, but Greg also opens up a side of me that's a lot more, there's a word for it, what is it? Affectionate, that's it. Greg makes me a lot more affectionate. My past relationships, I wasn't as affectionate. I wasn't as ooey gooey, annoying, kind of like gross, dripping in sap. And something that my sister pointed out to me is that with Greg, it just happens so naturally. Out of nowhere, I'll look down and I'm already holding his hand, or like I'll lay on his shoulder or like hug him, and those are things that used to be kind of harder for me to do. In terms of just him as a singular person, he's very driven and he's very loyal and he cares a lot about the people that he loves. And then the next place that I want to travel, well, I'm going to Coachella, so that's the next place I am traveling, but somewhere that I really want to travel, I want to go back to Hawaii. I've been wanting to go to Thailand for quite a few years now. It's always been something I've wanted to do. Like, I feel like I need to go get authentic Thai food, and I think I need to go pet an elephant at an elephant sanctuary and cry my eyes out because of its majestic beauty. I want to travel really, really bad, and I'm putting that out there into the universe and letting it manifest itself. Also, that awkward moment that you realize that you put your sweater on backwards. So there you guys have it. I hope you guys enjoyed today's stretch and talk, and if you stretched with me, then leave a comment down below. I want to know. And if you didn't, then still leave a comment if you want. What did you like better? Should I be talking more about the stretching? Should I be talking more about the questions? Just leave any feedback you guys have down below. If I didn't get to your question, I'm so sorry, but I am making this a series, so there's going to be more chances to ask more questions, and make sure you guys are following on Twitter and Instagram if you guys want the chance to ask one in the next video. And aside from that, there you have it, folks. That is it for my Q&A stretch and talk today. I hope you guys enjoyed and that you're feeling a little bit more loosey-goosey and ready to go on into your day or your night. Make sure you guys go check out the link down below for the All Things KOZE store and our Dreamer collection that just went live if you guys haven't seen it already. And aside from that, I love you guys to the moon and back. Thanks for stretching and talking with me today, and I will see all of you guys in Sunday's video. Bye, guys.
I see you in the night, I found you. I see you separate from the others.